So I had just moved back to Australia after living overseas for many years, pregnant with my first child. And a friend of mine, a mutual friend with Jane, introduced us. And I went and had a coffee date with Jane and was just completely blown away by her professionalism, just her, her bubbly zest for life as well. And I was never really my background. I was much more on the consumer communication side of things for many, many years. So I didn't really think I had much to bring to the table, but Jane obviously saw something, and we started working together. And that was, I think about 8 years ago now, and I've been working with Jane ever since. So it was a great opportunity, and it's opened my eyes to a whole new world of communications. So definitely sort of going now into more the corporate business comm space. It's been a great learning. I thought, I had 20 years under my belt in PR, so I thought I knew everything, but I didn't. So it's been a great career perspective as well. Definitely the result is ultimately what you're aiming to achieve. The process is what brings you the enjoyment along the way. So it needs to be a collaborative, enjoyable process with the client. And we're really lucky at our department that we have a fantastic bunch of clients that work really closely with us, and we're very much inside the room with them. We're part of the team at a senior level, and that enables us to deliver the results that they're looking for. But I definitely get that rush at the end of the day, particularly because my background is the communication side. When you're getting, those core pieces of whether it be media coverage or some really strong communications out to their investors or their internal team, and you get that really positive feedback. I think for me personally, and I think obviously probably for a lot of businesses, the whole concept of working remotely has really very much come into play. But I was really lucky in that, since I've been working at our department, I have pretty much been working remotely anyway, even though I was just across the bridge at Manly. It's the type of work that, you don't need to necessarily be in the office. So for the last sort of 7 to 8 years that I've been working with our department, I've been pretty much working remotely, and that is what enabled me to actually make that move even further. And we uprooted the family last year and moved up to Bellingen, which is been a big tree change, and it's been amazing. But I think COVID definitely probably enabled that extra step out of the city. It hasn't had any impact on work at all. I still get to come down to the city, quite often, which is fantastic. I get my city fix, but then I can go back and work quite comfortably at home. And, we have our daily team meetings. We have regular meetings with clients, so that contact's always there. So I think, COVID's really allowed for that kind of work lifestyle balance, which people have been aspiring to achieve for a long time. I've had a really fortunate career. I worked many years for some of the larger agencies here in Sydney, and one of those particular jobs ended up taking me over to Abu Dhabi, where I was lucky enough to work for the Crown Prince. And during that time, obviously budgets over there aren't necessarily an issue. So some of the projects I got to work on at the time were, still today, I look back and I think how, flying private jets to different parts of the world, to learn from different Grand Prix events, because at the time when I first took on the job with the government, we secured the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So the first year of my job was flying around and learning from all the other Grand Prix around the world. So I'm bringing all of those learnings back and then creating the communications and the marketing strategy for that event, which was fantastic. But also on the government relations side of things, so working very closely with the government of Abu Dhabi to develop policy, because at that point, they were a democracy, but they hadn't really had any government policy in place because it was a royal family that had been ruling for so many years. So writing all of their education policies, through to their development policies. So that was an incredible experience.